What is up, guys? This is your boy Andy Matrix. I talk about anime, manga, video games, geek culture, and Japanese culture. What is up, guys? So, yeah, it seems that there is a global fatigue on Netflix and other subscription services. In Japan, they themselves are kind of fed up with it. After the pandemic, people had just kind of been dropping Netflix, Amazon Prime, and a whole bunch of other, subscription services. Right, I mean, here it says Japan feeling subscription fatigue as streaming services users dropped 30% from peak. So even Japan is getting sick and tired of all the Netflix bullshit shows. Guys, before we continue, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell for future notifications. Okay? I talk about anime, manga, video games, geek culture. If you're into any of that stuff, make sure to subscribe. And I am back with a dose of Japanese content, Japanese news. Right, I'm here at Sankaku Complex, and Japan is also having the subscription fatigue. Let's go ahead and read some of what they had to say. So it says, with recently coined terms like subscription fatigue and subscription poverty, the Japanese are starting to lose interest in streaming services. And the latest data suggests that there's been about 30% drop in users from its peak in October 2020. I mean, yeah, the pandemic is over. We're not locked up playing video games and watching anime anymore, and people are kind of looking for something to do outside of their house. Also says, according to Nikkei, which is a Japanese news source, it says an analysis of 10 million subscribers. By the way, this numbers comes from like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and a couple of other subscription services. It says the number of subscription contracts increased due to the pandemic, but many ended up not using up their services or just letting the bills rack up. Data from the finance tracking app Zyme also found that subscribers have decreased considerably. Yeah, and it's happening. It's the same thing in America. People are dropping their Netflix. People are dropping. I mean, most people keep their Amazon Prime for the simple fact that it's not just entertainment, but it's also shopping. So it's it's a lot of benefits to Amazon Prime. Also, the problem is there's a lot of content that that's just not cool on Netflix. Like Netflix has to make just a lot of junk. They're not really making things that people actually want to watch. And I'm not gonna name the shows because I'm not gonna name the shows for obvious reasons. But and also to start, from the very beginning, Netflix was not very popular in Japan in general. Like besides anime, like unless you're an anime fan, you're not gonna stay in Netflix for very long. You're probably gonna subscribe for like the big shows like Stranger Things, Cobra Kai, and a few other shows that come, once a year or so. But other than that, once the show is over, once the season's over, people unsubscribe and go back to their daily lives.
Goddamn right.
And let's read what some of the Japanese people have to say. These are comments from the Japanese. And it says, you're pretty much screwed if you don't organize your subscription regularly. That is true. Netflix has been boring these days. Very, very true, but they are good with anime. They have a lot of good anime shows. It says, I should probably cancel my newspaper subscription. Is 3,000 yen a month. 3,000 yen is $22 in America. Right, it says it really troublesome to have sports-related television rights go here and there each year. Yeah, they do, and that's what happens with a lot of this subscription stuff. It's like the content moves from one platform to the other, year by year, and so you end up having to subscribe to multiple. Right, and then it says I always make sure to cancel subscriptions before I forget. Other than Amazon Prime, I stream on Amazon Prime now and then, so online shopping isn't it only merit. They did a good job. Yeah, so as you can see, Amazon Prime is actually pretty popular in Japan. This says subscriptions can be useful, but it feels like we're approaching the second half of its maturity period. It says it's not that I'm tired of them, but I don't use any because of my favorite makers' work is no longer available, and I stopped using them because of not being user friendly. Yes, and this is one of the reasons why Netflix makes their own original content, because, it's a way to keep people on the platform. It says, I bet there are a lot of people who don't use them much, but keeps paying the bills because it's too much trouble canceling the contract. Yeah, and there's a bit of trouble with contracts in Japan. It gets pretty complicated. So the Corona boost is over. Better thank the Chinese. That didn't come from my mouth. Said the price hike feels like such a scam. Yeah, they keep increasing the prices. I mean, I think in 1 year, Disney increased their prices twice. And last year, Netflix just increased their price. It went from $12 to $15. It's ridiculous. Said Netflix sucks anyway. Just watch on Amazon Prime. True. It says the way they throw away content is so horrible and I ran out of stuff to watch. And finally, it says, I'm not tired of it. It's just lost interest. Their ads are flashy, but they always end up being surprisingly boring. Yes. Who likes ads on their content? Anyways, but whatever your thoughts are, guys, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to comment below. Make sure to like the video. And, guys, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell for future notifications for more news on Japan. And thank you guys for watching. This is your boy, Andy Matrix. Godspeed.